Then there's the pause glitching, which pretty much allows you to cheat in the game. Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Alright, welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man, and as we land on the next stage, it becomes apparent that the spawn point is ass. You just get hit right off the bat. It's like ready, BAM! Fuck you. Not a good design, and then you drop down onto this room and you keep getting hit if you don't move. So that is kind of an ass move. You gotta be ready, gotta be on your high heels for this one. Gotta move a bit out of the way. This stage is essentially Gutsman stage length. Very short, not that good, it's just full of Susies. Kind of a gimmicky stage. This is what like every Wily stage in Mega Man 2 is. Like this is garbage. For some reason, some people like this stage. Can't argue, it's a fun stage, as long as it lasts. Which is not for long. Good thing that there's a ledge here if you happen to land on this, which this is the first time I ever actually land on this ledge here. So you get to deal with these at your own leisure. Of course the neighbors started to cut grass right as I start to record. Well, it's better than the baby crying. Hectic rooms. Not sure about these placements. Kind of a mediocre layout for this room. Shit's just going on. Man, the firestorm would be so much better if the shield actually deflected bullets. I like this part, just keep jumping over these. First there's pings and then there's the bullet bill type enemies, can't remember the name. Kind of a lousy job for a stage, but I like the current that's going on here. That's a fun design. Basically we're at a sewer and the current is pushing us into this room to fight the bubble boss, C-U-W, whatever the fuck, who cares. What you wanna do, and this fight is again pretty much random. The boss will choose one of those holes and it will come from one of those three, randomly. They want you to use the guts blocks here, but they are not enough to kill it, so you have to buster first. So now you could, you kill 3 bubbles and then you can use the guts blocks to kill it, to deal more damage. This game suffers from a flaw where if you shoot too fast, the shots don't actually do damage. So this is one stage that I skipped so far. I am gonna do this at some point, but this is one stage that I skipped on my Case Mega Man challenge because it's no miss, and I can't shoot slowly enough to kill those bubbles. Because if I shoot slowly, the bubble is gonna get to me, but if I shoot too fast, it's gonna miss because it's eating my shots. So basically, I can shoot so fast that I can do, let's say, 16 shots on a bubble, but it only takes like 10 to kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so if we rapid fire, I can slow down the footage so you can see how many times I shot it. That's definitely more than 10. Yep, definitely more than 10. So you can see the problem occurring there. So if we use the guts blocks, we can do this. I actually do like this boss, even though I think the layout, or maybe the layout is fine, but I think the bubble should be smaller, so you could jump over it, because now you can't. So if you don't kill these bubbles fast enough, you'll just die. So have platforms on the room, or make the bubble smaller, because if you try to be fast enough, you end up missing many shots and you'll get hit regardless, because the bubble doesn't die. And if you shoot slower, then the bubble just gets to you and hits you anyway, so I would have made the bubble smaller. That way the fight would have been more favorable. It doesn't need to be favorable, but just small things like that can really annoy the player. So basically, again, even though this boss is one of the more forgiving ones for casual players, still there could have been some improvements. So I would have made the bubbles smaller, or like have multiple bubbles that you have to kill, but make them smaller. That way it makes more sense. So let's do the fight as they intended for us to do. So we want to kill 3 of the bubbles. So this is the last one we kill with the Buster. And now we can use the guts blocks for the rest. There is a glitch we can perform where you can spawn a new guts blocks from an existing one. That way you could do the whole fight with those. But I'm not good enough with that. Peculiar stage, short stage, filler stage. Kind of a fun boss. It is flawed, but I still do like it. Make the bubble smaller. Would have made that a lot better. Then there's the pause glitching, which pretty much allows you to cheat in the game. You just repeatedly smash select is what you do, and it allows you to pretty much kill each boss in a few shots, because the shot stays on the screen as you mash the select button. There's all kinds of little stuff like that, which breaks the game, but I'm not here to tell you each and all of them. Let's not dig too deep so we don't get stuck in this title. You can completely ignore these watchers if you're fast enough on this screen. You can just skip these, they don't even appear. So let me demonstrate that. You don't even see those coming, like when you spawn here, you're like, alright, I just have to make these jumps. But then the watchers come and you're like, oh, there are enemies. So like that. Placements, they work okay for speedrunners, but for casual guys, we go back down here. Kinda want to know that they're coming, and then you're like, alright, let's equip something that'll kill them. Like the Elec Beam, for example. But then you run out of the weapons as you're gonna go and fight the Robot Master soon, so pick your poison, I guess. But they only do 1 damage, so it's not a big deal. I do love the Elec Beam against these guys. The Ice Slasher also works. Weapon energy at the top doesn't drop down if you take the blocks out, which is kinda strange. Let's see, I always hated these placements as a kid, and I still kinda do. This is such a dickish spot if you don't use any weapons on this. If you wanna save them for the Robot Masters. Hard to avoid stuff. Of course, if you kill that one, makes it a bit easier. So not a fan of this room here entirely. This stage is very short as well, but it's because we have the Robot Master revisits here. So you can indeed use the Magnet Beam here. Probably everyone does this. But if you wanna be brave, you do it without, which is one of the hardest jumps in the entire game. And here we have the Yasichi. It will completely refill every weapon, and I think it also refills your health. We'll see, I guess. So if we use these a bit, then we go grab it. Yep, it refills absolutely everything. So that is helpful for these refights. Now, these rooms are not perfect, as we are about to see. Like, you can zip like that, And you can also get Bomb Man stuck in the teleport system here. So the room layout was not thought through as it should have been. Let's see if we can get Bomb Man to jump in here. There we go. Although he didn't get stuck. But he can get stuck in there. Which is a fault of the stage design here. Fun to see the revisits though. And of course, when you kill Bomb Man, the last bomb doesn't explode. Fireman, same strategy works. Just stop before he stops moving and you're fine. Easy peasy. Already talked about these robot masters. I'm not gonna grade them because they're all bad in a sense. But I have such a nostalgia for this title that that's not gonna stop me from enjoying the game. What a horrible job here. Let's actually use the Hyper Bomb. Showcase why it's so bad. I would argue that using the Buster is better against Gutsman than the bombs, because if Gutsman has bad RNG, he can just completely avoid the bombs, which didn't happen here. Very rarely you can kill him that easily with the Hyper Bomb. That is just a fact. Alright. Let's gate for Wily. Best weapon for him would be the Firestorm. There are some things about the Wily fight that I want to explain. It's an okay Wily fight, but the flickering kinda makes it hard to see sometimes. So the first pattern he does is okay. He basically shoots at you in an arc like this, and you basically want to move left and right to avoid the shots. So you're kinda choking the shots as you go. He always shoots where you are, so you can kinda manipulate him like that. As you can see, the shots follow Mega Man pretty closely. And he even shoots behind you, so that is well designed. So you can go behind him and still get shot. So you can't easily kill him there. I've seen some NES games do that. If you go behind the boss, they can't do anything to you. So they thought about that as well here. The fight is already flickering hell of a lot. And the second form, I think, flickers even more. And the second form is the one that I don't agree with completely here. Well, for one, neither of these forms have any animation. You just have to know what he does. Even though he's shooting out bullets, there's no animation at all. So look at how fast you can kill him with the Firestorm. Extremely fast there. But like with anything else, you can pretty much use the Buster, if you want. And if you kill the first form as he's hitting you, you might get clipped by the shot. So that shot is a bit hard to see, like it just comes out of nowhere. So you just have to know. Again, like most of the bosses in this game, you just have to know. And this is one of those designs I don't agree with. Have at least an animation, have a clue what's going on. Have a clue that this fucking Fester's Quest shot is gonna come out. Like, have something. This is one strategy that you can do. Juke the shot by jumping like that. Of course, you gotta be good. Other strategy is to just be here, right next to his machine, like a Mega Man sprite length away from his machine at all times. The shot will never hit you if you're placed correctly, and then you just deal shots in between. That's one strategy. And there's the other, jump. I kinda like the other one more, but this gives you more time to shoot. Of course, if you forgot to jump, then you're in a heap of trouble. But why not kill Wily here? We've seen the game, Mega Man 1. Still love the game, even with its flaws. It's a great fucking game. Every game has flaws. This game's weakness is definitely the bosses. But what can you do? It's the first Mega Man game ever made. Still love it, love the game. But I'm trying to drop my bias for the evaluation series and rank the games fairly. And fair we shall do. And as I think about it, honestly, if we really put our mind into it, I think Mega Man Super Fighting Robot is a better game. It's closer to what Mega Man 4 is, it's closer to Mega Man 3. Super Fighting Robot is so polished. It has so much more content, the level designs are so good, teaching elements all there, Robot Masters are better than in this game, because you actually have a chance to realize what they're doing. I would say that this game grabs the second spot on our list. I would have to say that Super Fighting Robot is better than this. Although, if I include my bias, of course I would say that I like Mega Man 1 more. But let's drop the bias and take the games as they are, so I would put Mega Man on the second spot. Super Fighting Robot, a better game, for sure. But come on, it's Mega Man 1. Of course it's a better game. That's it for this series. Next up, Mega Man 2, and oh boy, do I have a lot to say about that game. That is gonna be dislike fucking heavy. I can't wait. We are gonna shove a large fucking pipe up Mega Man 2's ass. If you enjoyed the series, leave a like, and if you disagreed and you didn't enjoy, leave a dislike. I'll catch you later. Oh my lord.